My name is Janine Couchman and I am a GLS leader in South Africa. In South Africa, we have a situation where we have a first world and we also have a third world. And there are leaders in both those worlds that need the Global Leadership Summit. They both need leadership development. And one of the challenges is that our third world leaders are so under-resourced that they actually cannot afford to attend the Global Leadership Summit, even though it's a very low fee compared to what the cost is here in the United States of America. And so that is one of our biggest challenges. They also face a challenge, apart from the fact that they can't afford the registration fee, they also have a challenge of moving from the rural community where they live and where their church is, to the big cities where we host the events. So they have the challenge of raising the funds to get there for the cost of transport. And then, of course, they'd have to stay over because it's a 2-day event, so accommodation comes into the equation as well. One of the decisions we've always made in South Africa is because of the first third world differences, we've always provided food for our delegates. Because if you don't have food on site, then we have the first world can afford to go off and have lunch. But then the third world leaders have to remain and, there's no food for them. So that is one of the challenges that we have. We always provide a meal, and obviously food is expensive. So that also adds to the costs of the overall expenses of actually putting on a global leadership summit. And then, of course, we want to grow. We want to reach those rural, under-resourced leaders who desperately need leadership development. So we need assistance. And because of our third world dichotomy, we also can't charge too much. So we need first world to, come alongside and help us to ensure that our third world leaders get the same training, get the same opportunities. The audience in South Africa, I would say, predominantly want encouragement. They want to be inspired. They want to be exposed to new ideas. They're looking for innovation. And at the same time, they're also looking for some skill development. Many of our under-resourced pastors have never actually even had theological seminary training. A lot of our first world leaders come out of seminary never having had any leadership training whatsoever. So we believe that leadership development is one of their core needs, but then alongside that, they also need encouragement, they also need inspiration, they need innovation, and they need new ideas. They need to see a brighter, bigger picture of what the church could be. And obviously our main goal is that we all are involved in the process of building, prevailing churches that reach more and more lost people for Christ.